hold on to your hats, folks, because it's official, the battle of the comedians is heating up, and Katt Williams is not here to play nice. Kevin Hart might be having second thoughts about poking the cat bear as Katt's unleashing some serious drama, and it's getting dirtier than a mud wrestling match anyway. In Hollywood knows Katt is the maestro of keeping receipts, and Kevin is about to get a masterclass on why you don't mess with Katt after Kevin called Katt a clown for tagging him as an industry plant cat. 'Tis retaliating, and he's got a secret weapon, none other than Kevin's Torrei Hart. They've teamed up. And it's not for a game of charades, they're bringing out the big guns to spill the tea on how Kevin allegedly treated to like a second-rate sidekick during their marriage. Katt's on a mission to take down Kevin, and with T by his side, they've got a treasure trove of jaw-dropping evidence that'll leave you questioning everything. Get ready, folks, because this comedy feud just turned into a blockbuster drama. And we're here for every juicy twist you see. Katt Williams has been dropping bombshells upon bombshells since the new year, ever since he went for an interview with the SUES network. We've been getting hits upon hits of gossip concerning a lot of things, including P. Diddy and his alleged essay, and how Diddy literally went after him, but he turned him down 4 times. Katt didn't stop there, as he also went after Kevin Hart and his associations with Diddy. While most people would think that the drama started when Katt went on the podcast, but in reality, it actually started some years back when Kevin went after Katt Williams. Back then, the rumor mill had it that Katt was addicted to drugs. This gave Kevin a sort of advantage over Katt, as he blasted him by saying that Katt was a drug addict whose entire career was ruined. He also said that Katt's failures in the industry were his fault, but Katt refused to accept the blame, and instead pushed it onto everyone. See, back then, Katt had already started exposing in the industry, claiming that the reason his career took a detour was that the Hollywood elites didn't like that he was spilling the tea, and they decided to punish him for it.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them.
However, Kevin denied this and claimed that there was nobody after Katt. He also went on to claim that the reason Katt hadn't been successful was that he was a drug addict who had become impossible to work with.
Good or bad, my frustration with Katt Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood. When do you take responsibility for your actions?
Why was he at risk?
He chose.
This was kind of shocking because it was the first time we had heard anything about Katt being on drugs. But on the other hand, have all ever clocked how the industry is always quick to say that people who expose secrets are crazy or on drugs? We've seen it happen to so many truth-tellers, including Dave Chappelle and Katt. Anyway, that was the beginning of the drama for Katt and Kevin. And one thing Kevin probably forgot about when it comes to Katt is that he has a very long memory and knows how to hold a grudge. It's been 5 years, and Katt finally got his lick back when he went on Club Shay, cuz he had a lot to say about Kevin. Now, Katt didn't exactly say outrightly that Kevin sold his soul to the devil for fame, but he dropped huge hints indicating this. He even accused Kevin of bowing to the wishes and desires of the Hollywood elites by allowing himself to be humiliated in exchange for success. If you don't know what Katt is talking about, he's talking about the conspiracy theory about how the industry forces artists, especially black artists, to undergo a humiliation ritual in exchange for fame. And there's the Oscar slap that left Will Smith mocked and humiliated just before he won his first Oscar in his long career of more than 30 years. Apart from that, forces black men to wear dresses as a weird form of humiliation ritual. And Katt isn't the only one who has talked about this, because Dave Chappelle has also had a thing or two to say.
Another great comedian said that, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts? and is there something that, you wouldn't do, for
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. You have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. For me, I know what they are.
In an old interview, Kevin was asked about this, and while he kept his answer neutral, he did say that he wouldn't do anything that compromises his boundaries, but it seems like he quickly forgot about his boundaries because a few years later, Kevin wore a dress on SNL.
This, of course, translates from the Latin to who demand.
Ego sum hominem.
Which means I'm demand.
Yeah, this is where Katt lost all respect for Kevin and he started to refer to Kevin as being fame and power hungry now with this latest bombshell of an interview. Katt made sure he held back nothing, blasting Kevin and talking about how low he has gone to get fame. Over the years, is Kevin taking this lightly? Not at all, folks. Gather around because things get messier by the second. You see, Kevin got tired of Katt constantly yelling his name out in different scenarios, so he decided to tell him to keep his name out of his mouth. Kevin clapped back at Katt and told him to get his lawyers read because things were about to get nasty. But hold up, how did we go from Katt's interview to threats of a lawsuit? Well, in the interview with Shannon Sharpe and Katt opened up a Pandora box because he spilled hard. But even though he had a lot to say about most celebs, one person that he really went in on was Kevin for obvious reasons. I mean, did he really think that he could call Katt an addict and get away with it? Yeah, right? You see, in this interview, he was very much open about the adversities and issues he faced in Hollywood, and he wasn't shy about spilling the deets back when he was on a certain movie project with Martin Lawrence. The producers of the movie wanted him to play a feminine role while putting on female clothes against his own will. Looking at this closely, it seems like it became a sort of silent rite of passage for any black actor who wants to become successful in the movie industry. Come on, if you look back at most actors from Eddie Murphy in Norbit to Martin Lawrence in Big Mama's House, and of course Tyler Perry's Media, to mention a few, most black actors seem to have at one time or the other acted a female character, all in a bid to make the movie funnier.
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like, when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress. This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here. They come in. The writer comes in. I think he's the writer. He's like, Dave, listen, we got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail. So he disguises you as a prostitute. And he put this dress on, and what? The prostitute? Nah, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that. That should have been in the discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it. So, well, if all the greats have done it, it's kind of hacky, right? You're right. So why don't we just not do it? Because I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress. Oh, come on, Dave. Listen, we got it all set up. We're supposed to shoot. Every minute you waste costs this much money. No, the pressure comes in.
When Dave dropped his 2 cents about this in the interview with Oprah, people started to realize that there's certainly more than meets the eyes concerning black males wearing dresses in Hollywood. So you see, at that time it got so much attention and it became trendy that different black actors were asked the same question. You know what's funny? Kevin Hart coming out on an SNL skit wearing the same dress he claimed he won't be able to wear. Hilarious, isn't it? You see, in that interview, Kevin never expressly stated in the negative or positive about him wearing a dress, so maybe he actually never really had an issue with putting on one. But not so fast. Most people have different opinions about this. But the most collective view is that Kevin wasn't satisfied with the roles he had been getting and decided to do this to please the elites in the industry. Another thing to back up this claim is that after this skit, Kevin's career shot through the roof. Mind you, Kevin wasn't a bad actor and had been getting on roles just fine, but things changed for him after the skip. He did not only become much more successful, but more famous. Fans weren't too pleased with what happened, and a lot of people started calling Kevin out. And Kevin, being Kevin, decided to trash the entire talk as he took to his Twitter page to address the issues in his own words. I wore a dress on SNL because I thought it was funny. I made my own decision. Nobody made it for me. I am my own boss. Going back to Katt, at the time he was asking what he thought about Kevin wearing a dress, and he said that he wasn't going to blame anybody, nor blame Kevin, because it had become a long old tradition for black males in the industry to cosplay with women's clothing, all in a bid to become famous and extremely successful.